You have to listen to this audio from Joe Biden. Imagine if Donald Trump had even remotely said something like this. The news media and the Democrats and the far leftists would have lost their collective poop completely. So let's go ahead and play this. And you tell me if there's a bias in the news media or even on the far left. You tell me that there's nothing to see here. Please disperse.
Yes, and by the way, what you all know, but most people don't know, unlike the African American community, with notable exceptions.
Please disperse. Nothing to see here, please.
The Latino community is an incredibly diverse community with incredibly different attitudes about different things. You go to Florida, you find a very different attitude about immigration in certain places than you do when you're in Arizona. So it's a very diverse community.
You heard that correctly. He said, well, unlike the African American community, with few notable exceptions, the Latino community is very diverse. Really? Are you insane? You are, Joe Biden, you are. Former VP Joe Biden remarked in an interview released Thursday that unlike the African American community, with notable exceptions, the Latino community is an incredibly diverse community. So, Joe Biden, are you going to say the African American community in, let's say, Baton Rouge is not any different than, let's say, the African American community in, let's say, in Billings, Montana, or in Sacramento, California? You're saying they're all the same. Of course, notable exceptions. Holy crap. Let's continue. Biden was addressing the National Association of Black Journalists and the National Association of Hispanic Journalists joint virtual convention. Portions of the interview were aired Wednesday, and the full video was streamed Thursday. National Public Radio's Ludo Garcia Navarro asked Biden about whether he would stop the deportation of Cubans. That's a weird way to frame that whole comment right there. You get deported because Cuba has a special immigration thing. They call it wet foot, dry foot. If they pull you over on the ocean, they send you back. But if you find a way to make it to Florida or another locale, you made it to the United States. Kind of a weird thing to do, but it is what it is. That just seems like a weird thing that they're just deporting Cubans like right off the bat. I don't think so. I'm going to look at every single country in the world. This guy, President Donald Trump, is sending them back. Biden said, promising to extend the temporary protected status on his first day in office. On one of the several such first day promises Biden has made, Garcia Navarro followed up asking whether Biden would attempt to restore the Obama administration's policy of improving relations with communist Cuba. Yes, he said. Biden then went on. And by the way, what y'all know, but most people don't know, unlike the African American community, with notable exceptions, the Latino community is an incredibly diverse community. What? With incredibly different attitudes about different things. It's a very diverse community. Wrong. Bucko. All communities are very different and have diverse opinions. Every community. Black, white, Latino, all communities do. To say that the black community is, monolithic, is to say what you said before, if you don't vote for me, then you ain't black. That's what you said, Joe Biden. You're off your rocker. And from Twitter, Tom Elliott, he basically reiterated what he said. Biden attempted to explain that point by arguing that Latinos in Florida and Arizona had different views on immigration. Maybe, but that doesn't... Garcia Navarro did not ask Biden why he thought the black community was not diverse, because Garcia Navarro, who works for NPR, is a far leftist douche. Of course she's not going to. Katrina Pearson, a senior advisor to the president's re-election campaign, tweeted an outraged response. Hey media, are you guys going to cover this or continue to pretend this is acceptable? Yes, they're going to. That's rhetorical. You know they are. There are only 3 words to describe these disgusting comments from Joe Biden. Racist AF, which means as. Coincidentally, the Biden campaign released an ad on Thursday aimed at black voters that likened President Trump to the violent racist of Jim Crow past. Are you insane? There is no... Who created Jim Crow? Oh, that's right. Democrats, liberals, far leftists. This is blowing my mind. This is beyond the pale. This is beyond the pale. This is ridiculous. Joe Biden has no business stepping foot in a retirement home, for God's sakes. Not even close. He needs special care. And his words that he said that, well, the black community, they're not very diverse. Well, certain people are, but not all of them. The Latino community, oh yeah, we know. You and me, you got a last name that says Garcia Navarro. You and me, we're here, we're right here. We're diverse. We know how to talk with the community. Because the people in Arizona have different opinions on immigration than Florida. Yeah, that's diverse. Just like African American communities throughout the United States have a diverse set of opinions. Though most do vote Democrat, unfortunately, but that's just the way it is. But to say that all the African American community, with few notable exceptions, think the same, that's freaking racist. And Joe Biden, you chucklehead, are a racist piece of crap. And you know it, and I know it, and the rest of the world knows it now.